Hey, what up, everybody? Can you hear me? Can you see me? This is not the agenda anymore. This is not the agenda anymore. But we're going to fix it. Today's agenda. We're going to Bull, Spy, Tesla, PANW. What's up, everybody? Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. PANW. NW. That's what we got. All right. And then alerts. Rapid fire alerts. That is the agenda today. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stocks Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. What is good? Your boy's in the building. I see Lisa J in the building. Queen Lisa. Denise with a feed. I see you. Hold on. I think I gotta set something up. All right. I kind of want to go dim. Can I go dim? Can I go dark? I want to go dark too. The light's too bright. What's up, Roll Life? Shout out to our guy Roll Life, aka Spark 40, who upgraded to Megalodon today. A long time coming. He's been an angler for a minute. Welcome, big dog. He's been doing his thing. Hold on. He's been doing his thing. And I'm so proud of you. Like, just to see where people start versus... Oh my God, get out of my face. Get out of my face. All right, there we go. Just to see, like, where people's journeys begin and then just watching the progress is... It's just awesome. It's just, you love to see it. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. My mic is coming in and out of the frame. What is up, Deuce? Shout out to Deuce. What's up, Teresa? Nylene. Sorry, my bad. What's up, big dog? What's up, Trevor? What's up, my guy? Love to see it. So y'all already know what time it is. We sacrificing for riches, and then we got process over profits. If y'all don't know, now you know, right? So let's get it. So I was on vacation, right? From, I want to say just the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Came back Monday, right? So how is my schedule typically? Typically Sundays, on the weekly, Sundays, me, the orcas, the anglers, the megalodons, the leviathans, we get together and we go over the charting for the week. At the beginning of the month, we do it for the entire month. So we strategize weekly, but at the beginning of the month, we strategize for the entire month on the SPY. That way, we all have our levels. We all know exactly what to do, when to do it. And it's pretty much like a roadmap at the start of every month. So there's no surprises when we approach certain levels. So we get that done. So we're kind of lagging a little bit this month because a lot of my time went into the app that I was building. And then I was on vacation because I really needed some R&R. Your boy was sleep deprived aggressively. Like, I was so tired. So I'm more rested. There's still a lot of work to do, some catching up to do. It is what it is. It's part of the nature of the business. But we still did it, right? What's today? Tuesday. So Monday, we still got everybody together. I opened it up for the entire YouTube members to be a part of that breakdown for SPY. And then we talked a little bit about the rapid fire alerts and then a lot of the plays that you've seen today. So if you are KGU, if you are S4R, Sacrifice for Riches, I did my best throughout the day to give you guys the alerts when they prompted. And every alert that I gave you was exclusively from the rapid fire chart analysis that we did on Thursday. And I dropped the video for those levels yesterday. or this morning. I can't remember. But either which way, I think it was this morning. So either which way, hopefully y'all were able to catch them. Now, a lot of those levels are still relevant. Some of those levels haven't been hit, though we're in those videos. So please go back and take a look at those, and also make sure you hit the like button. One of those videos was a short that was intro to this live stream, so you should see it. All right. All right, what we got in the chat? All right. Thanks you. I keep telling everyone, try it for 1 month. I love it. I love it. Keep bringing them in, big dog, and we'll welcome them with open arms, and we'll do what we can to take care of them. Okay. Wow, you guys rock. No, you rock. You rock for being here. What's up, Monique? What's up, Queen? All right. So what's today? So today, I think yesterday we hit on Bull. We hit on SPY. We hit on, a couple others. Today we hit on SPY, Tesla, and Weeble as well on the alerts. Okay, so if you guys were in on those plays, just let me know. Just put a 1 in the chat, fire emoji, whatever you want to do. But I'm gonna go over those levels of what I've seen, and then we're gonna go over a little bit about the predictions as far as what I think tomorrow brings. Now, my opinion is not data dependent, so there's data coming out tomorrow. Of course, that can sway things. I'm just basing all analytics. All all of my opinions based on what I see in the charts. Okay, exclusively. I'm not doing a complete revamping of the charts or anything like that. We're kind of just taking a peek of what me and the members went over yesterday, broadly, and then in preparation for tomorrow. I did share that chart with KGU and S4R, so y'all should have the chart for the SPY at the very least. But yeah, that is what it is. And then towards the end of this, I think I'm gonna go ahead and then enter some alerts with the specific entry, exit, take profit targets, so that way when those alerts hit and I'm on the go, I can do a quick copy paste and then send that over to you guys in a nice bow wrapped up for you. Okay, now if you are a member of Sacrifice for Riches, then you get those alerts instantly. So my chart alerts, my personal alerts gets sent right to the Discord. Okay, so you guys will get those in live time, so you won't have to wait for me to decide whether or not you want to get in on the play. All right, so that's just what it is. If you guys see an alert come in from me, whether you're KGU, whether you're just a subscriber, whether you're Instagram, Twitter, whatever, TikTok, if you just see an alert with not a lot of information, you're supposed to do your own due diligence. Okay, so at the very least, what I'm saying to you is, hey, you might want to look at the stock right now, right? And then at that particular level, more than likely, I'm looking at a call or a put based on whether or not we confirm above or below said level. So it's a trigger to get your eyes on. And I do these so I don't need to be locked in on the charts all day. Okay, why? Because your boy is busy. I have a day job, so I have business to take care of there, and I can't be staring at my phone all day waiting for something to happen. So what do? I set alerts so the market works for me. Your boy is working, and the next thing you know, market gives Rell a call. It was like, hey Rell, hey, SPY just popped, but it's about to drop, so you might want to just load up and buy a short. All right, okay, yeah, do that. Tell everybody else too. All right, cool. And that's what happens. I got an alert, SPY popped, hit my target, and they dropped, and we took it down for 100-something%. Whatever, we'll go over that stuff later. All right, let's check the comments, and then we'll move over to the charts. And I want everybody just to let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so what we got? I got the Tesla or TSLA using Tesla info. Let's get it. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this won't be a long one. Okay. You already seen the itinerary, right? Bull, SPY, Tesla, PANW, rapid fire alerts, what they are, and how we're working the system. Okay. What's up, E Rich? What's up, big dog? Welcome. All right. All right. If there's no questions, we're kind of gonna just get into it. All right. I don't want to waste a lot of time. This is kind of the last minute. Just know that traditionally I'm supposed to do an options trade play video, which typically are swing trades that I'll post on Monday morning before open. And then on Tuesday or Wednesday, I would then go through the follow-up or review of those plays, right? So that's kind of what this is. I didn't do the video, but instead we did the rapid fire short video that I sent you guys, and we played off of those. And then this is pretty much the recap of that, and then what we're expecting kind of going forward. All right, so let's look at the SPY. What is good, Eddie? What is good? What's up? All right, so let's look at the SPY. Not on this chart. Hold on, where are we? We're gonna look at this soup mess right here, okay? So where are we on the 65 minute? Give me a minute, y'all. Okay, so for the SPY today, this is kind of where we were. Essentially, once we popped, we hit our alerts, right? And essentially, this is kind of where I grabbed shorts, right? We grabbed shorts here, and I grabbed shorts here, and we rode it down to our take profit target down here, okay? Essentially, this white line for me is like a strong level. Like for me, we need to see a candle close above it or see a nice body close above it to be bullish. So that's kind of what we talked about during the what do you call it? The analysis, okay? So this was our monthly chart review with the members, right? We had a supply zone for SPY. We popped through it, and now I identified that this right here was an opening gap with the supply above, right? So that's, you don't see it because I didn't want to muddy my charts, but I know, and everybody else knew what this meant. I knew that this was weak if we popped here and wicked back into it. So this was my trigger to hop into shorts, okay? And that's what we did. Another trigger was once we fell back into the supply zone, which is a 4-hour supply zone. Once you break a supply zone, you fall back into it, that's a good signal or sign that you're probably gonna sell through it. So that's exactly what we did. But my stop loss, we hit a point of control, which was the daily POC. And then once we popped back above my take profit target, which was my long short entry, we took our profits. We got out, right? So that's kind of what we did. Now, I wasn't really comfortable hopping into calls once we broke supply, only because I know what this is. So I wasn't really confident or comfortable hopping to calls until we broke 640.25, which is what I announced in the Discord. Welcome to the Megalodons, big dog. Shout out to Sam Sui. I don't know how to say your last name. It just felt right. Welcome to the Dolphins, big dog. TW Prescott, love to see it. When you guys, if you want to be in the Discord, then you just have to make sure you go over to the members tab, and then there's a link for the Discord. The Discord is private, okay? It's not public. It won't ever be public. I don't care. We're trying to keep things small and just small and manageable. A small, close-knit community with everybody's like-minded and everybody's trying to learn and grow, okay? So just so I don't get off in a tangent real quick, y'all, for those that are new, rather you are a subscriber, rather you're just new to the channel, rather you are KGU and you're just tuning in for the first time, understand this. I am a crown trader in Keenan Grace's Discord. That is home for me, right? So that is my primary residence. My mailing address, right, is KGU. I live there, right? But we have a Discord for this group here, Sacrifice for Riches, because it was requested by the people that follow me, so we can have better contact, communication, and then we kind of focus on different things on a smaller scale. So consider me like a mid-state or technical college, and then KGU is like a university with plenty of professors, right? So we do our thing. I'm a swing trader at heart at this point of my career. So traditionally, when you see me win, it's probably gonna be 50+%. Okay, that's just because of how I set up my charting, but it also requires a lot of patience. And then I also need to know when to just take your wins, if it's a 10, 15, 20% as well. You kind of got to know what you're doing, and you have to have the discipline to accept the small wins just as good as much as the big ones. But either which way, welcome. You're gonna get live alerts. There's a lot of training information. You're a Megalodon, so there's a playlist just for you that goes into deep dives as far as how I'm charting, what we're doing, all that stuff, so you can kind of catch up and know what's going on. All right, and then we do live trading as well, which live trading is KGU, Sacrifice for Riches. It is what it is. So shout out to y'all. Welcome. We'll see y'all over there. 1 second. But if you were looking, I'm not going to show you. Okay. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to keep rolling here. All right. So in KGU and in the Discords, I did announce, I'm going to show you this announcement real quick. Let's go with my window share real quick. Let's go to my window share. Let's go to my Discord. And let's do this. All right. This stuff is kind of important. All right. Like, this is recap, but also I want y'all to know where information is coming from. Okay. So, with the SPY play, okay, I'm going to go to KGU, right? I'm going to go to KGU, and I'm going to go to my channel. My channel. Where's my channel? Swing Trades with Rell. Okay. So in my channel, what did I say? Or where are we? Is this the one? I gave an analysis, I think, at the end of the night. Let me make sure I'm right here. Yeah. So this is my recap. I sent this chart to everybody at KGU, right? And Sacrifice for Riches. And then I let y'all know what the levels were, right? Okay. Then I gave you a bullish scenario and I gave you a bearish scenario. Okay. Notice I said I'm only fully confident if we break above 640 with volume and confirmation in a quick retest and hold. Okay. We did that, right? I had a bearish bias after we fell out of the supply zone, right? We fell out of the supply zone. And I said if we broke below 635, right, sellers likely to push SPY into the volume shelf of 630, which is a demand zone all the way at the bottom. Okay, so I gave you my entries on puts, and I gave you in pretty much everything. So all of what I said is pretty much how we responded. Okay, right here, right? So we got our shorts. I had alerts. I did put these alerts out. Hold on, let me bring that back. I tried my best. So here's my rapid fire alert. Okay, I say everybody, SPY is crossing. This is an alert that came right from my trading view that I pretty much screenshotted. Actually, it went from my trading view to the Discord. So if you're in the Sacrifice for Riches Discord, you get these live trade alerts if you're a Megalodon. As of right now, it's available for everybody. It's been like that. It's going on 2 weeks, but it's going to be a Megalodon exclusive. But if we confirm below, we are back in the 4-hour supply zone, right? Which was your trigger to high potential shorts. And then not only did I say I'm about to enter, I said we're about to double down. I'm doubling down. If we confirm below for potential 636.56 bounce, if we fall below that and confirm, we could see a crash. We did not see the crash, but we did make money on the way down. And that was that first run right here at 62%. And then we got, it's the same thing. I just held on and bought more, right? So that was the play, essentially, that I called out the best I could. Then we called out Weeble. We'll talk about that. That was 111% gain today. But yeah, we're on fire. We're back. Hitting glory day times. Good evening, T-Dub. Welcome. Groot. What's up, big dog? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But I will tell you that I failed to hop into calls. But it was because I had played the SPY. And sometimes you just got to take your money and run with the SPY. You got to take your money and run. And then my eyes were already kind of locked on Tesla. And we're going to get into that next, okay? So, any questions on the SPY? If you're trying to figure out where SPY is going next, I think I got it figured out. Well, first of all, we need to confirm above 643.06. I want y'all to know something. That these levels that you see, the green, the blue, the green, the red, these levels were made well before we hit these targets, right? I have a system that works for me, that I'm able to kind of predict what the price is going to be, or where the levels of resistance are going to be, take profit targets are going to be before we even hit there for new highs. So I have my system, my method. And it is what it is, and it works. So it works for me. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna dive into the SPY offline because how I kind of go through or break down my charts and stuff like that is more reserved for members in KGU. So we're just gonna kind of bypass that for now, and then let's talk about Tesla. Okay. So with Tesla, we hop into puts, and essentially, we know that if Tesla breaks below 342.60, if we confirm below that, I knew that we were headed down to about 339.89. I set alerts for these as well. So this was my take profit target of 339.89. But the beautiful thing is that once we came down, we had this bounce, and I actually got stopped out of my initial position, right? And then once we came and broke below it, I re-entered my position. This is not today, but still, hold on. Let's get real. It is today. I'm still good. All right. Yep. Yeah, we did run it Monday too, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, we played our cards correctly. So Tesla pretty much just came down to retest the symmetrical triangle that I kept talking about. Let's see if I can reset my chart properly. Come on. Give me a minute, y'all. Something ain't right. So we've been talking about this symmetrical triangle that we've had on Tesla for a while now. This was drawn up all the way back here in June, okay? And essentially we've been respecting the pattern that I drew out. And then I said we were waiting for this breakout, in which we received it. We got the breakout. So then today we actually came down to retest that previous descending line of resistance, now support, right? So we did not fall back into that channel, which tells me that this may be a strong signal towards the upside, but we're going to find out where Tesla's going right now. Okay, so the fact that we end our day above, so we had our double top at the 4-hour supply zone, right? And we fell back down. So you could have played this both ways. I alerted everybody. This is the alert. Okay, testing the supply zone. If reject, confirm, and confirm below, we shorted. So people were getting these tags, right? So we short again, and we fall below 339.89. Well, then we pop up, and there's a lot of bullish volume coming in, to live above this. So I'm in calls right now for Tesla. Now, here's my problem, right? I got a couple things that could go against me. One, we did establish a demand zone and an imbalance on a 5-minute chart. So that's not the strongest thing to hold for an overnight swing trade, okay? It's not the strongest. This right here, this line that you see at 340.66, that's actually the base of a 1 hour supply zone, okay? So on the 1 hour chart, this actually is the bottom of the supply zone. So that's why I have it tagged. I didn't want like a big red thing here, kind of, you know, killing, you know, cluttering my chart essentially. So we're below that, which is scary. So we're essentially trading between a 1 hour supply zone and a 5-minute demand zone, but we're above a key level on the demand zone. We came back to feel the buy side imbalance, and now I'm optimistic on us pumping through. So if I take a look at the overnight hours on Tesla, it's irrelevant because it's not morning open right now. We're at 340.04. So we're still floating within this imbalance zone right here, but above demand and above my key level of 339.89. All right, so that's kind of where we sit right now with Tesla. Okay, what would I hope for? I'd hope for some bullish momentum to break through the supply zone. Now, if we break into the supply zone with bullish momentum on positive news with this robo-taxi in Texas, the new software update where AI is going to help with the self-driving, fully autonomous car. Those are all positive things that just eat right through the supply zone and hit a target of 367.29 or 376.56. Now, if we get ever so lucky, right, that's a 2,000% move towards the upside, which would turn a $150 contract to about $2,000 in value. Will it happen? I don't know, but one could dream, right? But right now, I'm just playing the charts, and the charts are telling me that if we're above this level, we're bullish. Below it, we're bearish. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, but that's how we played Tesla and got 98% multiple times if you were paying attention. So shout out to y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm making sense to everybody. I don't want to just be talking, right? Okay, well, hopefully I'm making sense, and hopefully you can hear me, because oftentimes I've been on the screen talking and nobody could hear me. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy. Okay, so that makes sense with Tesla. Y'all got my price targets. We actually hit our price target before close, right? But it happened so fast. I was sitting here on the 1 minute in the 45-second, and this was actually a take profit target of mine right here. So for those that got in on the Tesla alert, you got in when we broke here. You either got in when we broke here, or you got in when we retraced and we bounced and we found support at the imbalance. Okay, so either which way, from here and up to from here to here, that is a $2 move. So if your contract selection wasn't so far out of the money, that could have been a pretty nice print for you. Me, my contract is really far out of the money. So this right here, after seeing, let's see here, after this back and forth, theta was eating, right? Theta was eating. So I was actually up like 8 and 9% here and here, but these swings actually was eating my contract premium. So when I got up to this point, I actually was only up about 10%. Trash, right? 10%. And then the wick happened so fast that, you know, I didn't get out, right? A part of why I didn't get out though was also because My brain says above 339.89, I'm bullish. So by the time we fell back down here, I was still positive. I think, which is weird, but I was positive like 3%, right? So from 10% to 3%, and as long as we maintained support above this level, I was just confident or comfortable with just letting it ride. All right, so that's me. You do you. It could bite me in the butt tomorrow, but it is what it is. I'm just playing the charts, playing my charts. Okay. So let's go to Weeble. So Weeble, I called out. Thank y'all for putting the ones in the chat and let me know that I'm making sense. Okay. So Weeble, this is a key level at 15.14, right? I talked about this in the rapid fire short from this morning. I said that if we can confirm and find strength above 15.14, then we're bullish. If we fall below, then we're likely bearish. Why? Because that red box that you see, that is a supply zone. That's where the sellers are living. We've been in this zone a couple times, and obviously it's not really aggressive. It's pretty passive for the most part. Essentially, if we fell below, I was just cutting it. You gotta just be okay with cutting it when the play isn't doing what you want it to do. So I drew this up, and this is a pennant, right? This is a this is actually a bullish, a more bullish triangle formation. Okay, it's kind of like a symmetrical triangle, but at the end of the day, we did a bullish move to form like into the triangle. So I was looking for the breakout, and essentially I called this shape right here. Okay. So why am I pointing that out? I'm pointing that out because when you can identify a shape in advance, you can identify where the highs and lows are, essentially. So you can protect yourself when you're trying to enter these positions. So by me entering here, right, my risk is lower. Why? Because my stop limit would be right here. Let me just turn that yellow in a straight line so we can see it. So my stop limit would be, let's do this, the base of this entry. So if I enter here, like what I'm risking is very minimum to what my reward would be. So my long position, right? This is a risk reward indicator on TradingView. So from here to here, that's still money in the pocket, right? This right here is a 22% move. Okay, just from the base of the ascending line of support to the top of the descending line of resistance. So you could have played this like at any point, or at the very least, you could have just waited for the bottom before you decided to enter a position, knowing where your targets are, your take profit targets are, right? And typically when you see one of these triangles, rather symmetrical or as a pennant or a descending wedge, whatever it is, your take profit targets are typically, or at least the first ones, are typically the high and the low of the triangle. Okay, so what do? We hit that and we came back down. And I did notice that KG, Keenan Grace, if you follow him, he did call a put option, I think somewhere up here, right? I don't know if he was looking at what I was looking at to identify this, but nonetheless, he identified this as a short. But essentially, if you had just drawn these levels like this, the moment we fell back into this zone and then rejected, right, this was a sign that we were going down to at least retest this previous descending line of resistance, right? That looks like it's now like a support, right? So we crashed right into it. Okay. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. By doing this though, this is a swing trade for me. But I took my profits at 50%, right? So, but my mindset, my brain technically told me that if we're above 1514, we should be holding for longs, right? We should be holding for take profit of 1675. But I didn't. I took my 50%. I just need to get some wins on me, and 50% is nothing to snuff at. So I took what I took, right? So when I called this out, sorry if I'm preaching, guys, but when I called this out, I did tell everybody that this is like a 1 minute, right? And then I also told everybody to zoom out, because the same pattern is being shown or formed, right, on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so look again. Look what we just did. I just told you where I called the entry or the base for the pattern, which was right here, right? So it's point 1, point 2, second point, right? And now if I zoom out, I kind of called it again. So point 1, point 2. So now we're at the top. So now we have a decision to make. Are we going to break right away, or are we going to find resistance at this descending line of resistance and then come on down to retest the bottom of the supply zone, which is 1387? Okay. This is where I would love to buy Weeble. I would love to buy Weeble like down here, but as we broke back above 1389, okay? Like not just buy options, but also buy the stock, okay? Buy the company. I was waiting for Weeble to IPO for a long time, and I missed it. I didn't get an alert. I didn't see it. I know people were talking about it, but I missed it. But anyway, let's see what the comments say. Weeble explanation is a good example of why your entry is so critical. Yes. Is the chart blurry to anyone else? Is the chart blurry? Let me know. Let me see if I can fix anything too. Let me know if the chart's blurry. Chart's good? Okay. Okay. If it's good enough, great. But I can help you out if it's blurry. I can blow it up a little bit so you can see some numbers. Okay. Okay. So does that make sense? So I want y'all to be prepared for Weeble. Okay. I want y'all to be prepared for Weeble. I was going to take the time and make like a bunch of alerts, but your boy's tired and I'm just going to do alerts on the go. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we're waiting for Weeble to decide it wants to break back above this level of 1569. So I'll do this. Now, I don't like this entry. Just mind you guys, I don't like or prefer this entry. I prefer to be in at 1514. However, we can say calls at 1569. My stop loss would be 1569. My take profit target, that's going to be 1675 is my max. 1675. I know that's a leap for this, but I am, hold up. Give me a minute. Take profit 1. Take profit 2. All right, so I'll do that to give people a little bit. I mean, there's not a lot of meat on that bone. So when y'all are looking at, when you're looking at Weeble, you have to understand that the spreads are high. All right, so you're looking anywhere between $1 to $5 for a spread on Weeble, which means that if you go into Weeble and you buy the ask, then you're gonna be instantly down maybe 7 to 13%. Okay, just know that. So if you're looking to enter Weeble, try your best to get the bid, because not only is it going to help you with your entry, but it's also going to help you with your risk. So if it comes time for you to exit because it fell back below this and confirmed, you're probably not going to be down anything, right? Because if you get the bid on Weeble, then you're likely going to be up instantly when you enter the position. So like getting a bid on like a $3 spread, you're probably looking at like being up instantly like 5 to 7% on the play versus being down 13% by buying the ask. And in relation, I know, okay, 720, that's just like by default what I have on here. So this tells me what week we're in. So what's the end of the week? Oh, and I also put the ticker on here, but BULL. I'm not gonna name it. So yeah, that's kind of what it is. So when I get a trigger, right, this right here will pop up. I'll show you. If you guys are in the Sacrifice for Riches Discord, I'll show you exactly where this pops up. And then, oh, there's my screen. Cool. It pops up in this right here that says rapid fire, right? And then you'll see it'll pop up like, I'll show you what it looks like if it has those tags on there. I got some work to do. All right, so it'll look something like this. It'll just pop up and it'll say this instantly and you'll get tagged. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean things up with my automations, but nonetheless, that's what it'll pop up and see. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Hopefully that makes sense. What else were we supposed to talk about? Bull, SPY, done. Tesla, done. PANW, let's get it. Put it a 1 in the, hey, if you have not hit the like button, please do your boy a favor and then do so. All right. I don't go live publicly a lot, so it is appreciated, and I am on longer than I want it to be honest. So, but I'm gonna talk about PANW, and then we're gonna kind of get into it. Before I move on to PANW, this Devon Energy, this was requested during the rapid fire chart analysis, and I'm just bringing light to this right now because we are at the end or close to the end of a descending triangle. Okay, so just be careful or just be mindful because this looks like this is primed for a potential breakout to 35.60. Okay, so yeah, I drew this up a while ago, like I think back when it was right here, and it's following this to the T. So now we just need to, actually probably not that far ago, but close enough. Okay, we have a demand zone, so we have some protection. You might see I don't know what the option contracts look for this, but you might see a false breakdown into demand before you rock it back up, right, to at least the 35.60 or higher. Okay, just an FYI. And I'm going to go ahead and just set an alert just to bring my attention to it. I'm not going to put no notes on it or anything. I'm just going to look for the breakout and then see if anything makes sense. So Discord members, you're going to see these alerts, and all I'm doing, I'm bringing my eyes to it. So when I get the alert, you're going to get the alert, and you do what you do when you get it. But I'm going to take a peek when I get it. All right. So that's what I got. PANW. I appreciate that, big dog. I'm glad it's clicking for you. Good info on the spread. Talking to you, Trevor. So with PANW, we already been talking about this. Okay. We've been talking about this for a while. We did ride this wave a little bit. No, that's too far back. Hold on, we're in the day. Let's go here. So if you guys have been following me for a little bit, I pretty much said that if we're below 172.19, we're bearish. So the moment we hit here, right, we fell through, right? We hit, and now we worked our way back up. As you can see, we had demand zone established, and then we had higher lows, okay? Higher lows and higher highs. Just so we can break back above 172.19, which should have been your trigger or your signal to go ahead and hop into calls, right? So now we're in longs on this one. My take profit target for PANW is 181.48. I did announce this multiple times, all right? So I'm going to take a peek in the overnight hours, and right now we're at 177.53. So we're pretty much floating in this area still, okay? But that's a pretty nice run up so far. And I think they have earnings coming up as well, but that's probably not till next week. Next week, Monday. So my take is that likely we're going to see this run up before earnings, and then post earnings, we're probably going to see it come crashing down. But right now, I'm going to enjoy the ride towards the upside, and hopefully you're on the boat with me. So I'm going to leave that one at that. If we break above 181.48, I'm going to set an alert. All right, those in the Discord, you're going to get it instantly. But I'm not putting a note here. You know what? I'll put a note. I'll say, let's do this. Let's do, oops, hold up. We're going to go ahead and say, take profit 1. Hit. And then I can also say, calls if confirm above. Okay, I would not necessarily be looking at shorts here because it could just be retracement before it takes off, because we have some momentum. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm going to leave that. And then with target, I'll put a target on here for you, and the target is going to be 189.54. Take profit target. So when this alert hits, you guys are going to get this alert. God dang it. Target. All right. Y'all going to get that alert that looks just like that. Okay. I don't know why I just didn't do. Why did I just didn't do that button right there? And let's go. Let's keep it consistent. Calls, and that's going to be 181.48. Stops 181.48. When I put the same entry and stop, that means that I'm looking for confirmation. Confirmation below this level is my stop loss. Just because we come back and we touch this level, we crack this level, is not my instant exit on this position. I do have those sometimes, but this is not one of those, right? So, and then my take profit target is going to be 189.54. And then my second one is going to be 207. I know that's high, 207.40. That probably won't happen unless until like earnings and they blow it out of the water. So there you go. All right. Hopefully that all makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense. Let me know if you appreciate this. Please share the channel, like, subscribe, notification bell. I also want to know one thing, okay? If you're a member of KGU, put hashtag KGU in the chat. If you're a member of KGU, put hashtag KGU in the chat. Okay, KGU, use the link. Okay, I'm serious. if you're not a doctorate member, right? If you're not a doctorate member and you're in KGU, then I personally feel like you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, if you're like an exceptional trader, or if you're just solid, and you kind of got your system down and all that stuff, then great. Congratulations. Shout out to you. I hope that you're paying it forward, and then everything that you've learned so far, that you're just pouring into other people. But if you're not there yet, right? And you're not consistent with your trading, or if you know that you could use some more eyes on people doing this actively, then please hit the link, okay? Because I'm not the greatest trader in the world, but I live trade, and sometimes I do great, right? But you got KG that live trades. You have Catching Rockets that live trades. You got Spy King that live trades. You got now Jumpman who's live trading and doing crypto. Like, you have resources, and then we're doing live training. If you are a member of Sacrifice for Riches and you are a Megalodon, you are getting that as well. Well, just for me though, right? So I do my live trading. I do my live trading, right? We're doing it. I will also drop for those that are subscribers and not yet members of anything. I would recommend you joining. I mean, you do you. I can't tell you what to do, right? But at the end of the day, I think anybody that does this on YouTube, like, not everybody, but there's a good amount of us that the people that are in my circles, we do this for the right reason, right? And it's to genuinely help people, because we genuinely just love doing what we do, right? And before I was monetized or any of that, I did this for 5 years, just helping everybody else out and just watching people supersede me, right? Like, I had all this knowledge and I just poured it into people, and I didn't care that they were leaving me in the dust, because I trade the way I trade. I have my own emotional things that I have to battle, and that's me. I mean, we all are on the same path, but we're on different paces. We're on different cadences, right? So, like, some of you guys might be ready to go in a month or so doing this. Some people might take 5-6 years. The thing that I can say that I'd hope that resonates is just don't give up unless you've tried everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Too often people just look and bounce between trades, strategies and stuff like that, and they don't look within. And a lot of it is interpersonal, right? And I think to be a good trader, it takes a lot of reflecting. I think I'm a good trader, not an exceptional trader. And the only thing that holds me back is my mind, right? But I have my tools and things, my resources and things like that, that when I get off track, I'm quicker to get back on track than I ever was before. So I'm beyond the times of being negative necessarily on my P&L for the year. So, but still, it's a grind, and you have to be committed on working on yourself, and you have to really want this to work. Because if you don't have the why, if your why isn't white hot, then it's just not gonna work, right? You need to have a really good purpose, and it has to be bigger than some broad ass, sorry, excuse my French, some broad verbiage like generational wealth or financial freedom. It's too broad. You got to get specific. You got to figure out what your wants, needs, and desires are. You got to figure out how much it's going to cost to take care of your family when you're gone. How much it's going to cost to get your kids into college, and then to help them with the down payment on the house, and then help them get married, right? What's your rich life look like, right? So it's just things like that, y'all. So get real specific if you want to make this work. I still struggle every day, but I always keep it a buck. I'm always going to keep it 100 with everybody, because that's just who I am. Because if I lie to you, I'm lying to myself. But pick your poison. I would not join Sacrifice for Riches, leave KGU. Don't ever do that, right? But if you can do both, great. Got a smaller community with me that we're on top of our stuff. There's no fluff. And it's all love, right? But if you're not in a community and you're new to trading, then Sacrifice for Riches might be the perfect home for you. And then maybe you graduate into a university like KGU later. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to do, I'm both places, and I'm helping out both places, and it won't change. All right. So what's good, Rufus? What's good, big dog? All right. I think I've said a lot. Is there any questions? I'm gonna give it like 2 minutes for Q&A, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Let me know when you're ready for dinner. Okay. All right. If there's no questions, I appreciate everybody for being here. Please hit the like button on your way out, and then subscribe to the channel. I got some more videos dropping, and hopefully it works out for you. If you did just join today, then please go over to the membership tab. Go to my page, scroll to the right, and then click membership, and then you should see a link to the Discord. If you do not, then just reply to this live stream, and then I'll post it over there. Okay, it's all good. I appreciate you, big dog. And hey, again, welcome, dude. Thanks for joining, and we can't wait to see you over at the Discord. Discord members, they do have access to an app that I built that will be public probably by the beginning of next month. It's a nice tool and resource to track your trading, but also help you with your mental. And then there's a ton of educational content in there that I go over during my live training sessions. So question above. Denise, much appreciated. Thanks, Rell. I need one-on-one consultation. Is that available to set up graphs? Do you offer that? Teresa, yes, I do offer one-on-one sessions. Okay. So if you are in the Discord, let's say, I don't know if you're a KGU or not, but just send me a DM. Okay. I don't do friend requests, so make sure that your DMs are open, that you can send messages, because I have an open source, so anybody can send a message to me, and then we can just talk there. I like to make sure that I can qualify myself to take care of you, and if I don't think I'm the right person for the job, then I immediately redirect you to somebody that I think is better to assist you on your journey than me. But traditionally, I think I'm pretty solid to help most people out that are asking for it. So, all right, KG, hashtag KGU, let's go. Teresa, if you're not a doctorate tier, then there's something I would recommend to Queen. But yes, one-on-ones, I totally understand why people need them, and I'm more than happy to help out, okay? Yep, all love. What they do, Harlem, you just caught the end of it. You're gonna have to rewind, big dog. But we did get some new members, so make sure when they come in, you shout them out. All right. Hey, what up, T? Okay. Hey, good job, Queen. Yep. Just hit me up. Okay. Just hit me up on the DMs, and then I'll take care of you. The only last thing I'll say, y'all, there ain't no shame in my game. There is a box with the money sign in the middle. So if you see value in this, you want to support the channel, then consider donating. If you don't, I'm not gonna lose sleep, but everything is appreciated. Okay. Love it. I love it. All right. Okay, that is all I got. I hope to see us win tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow I have nothing going on. I'm likely to do a live training session for the Megalodons and the doctorate tier members of KGU. So look alive for that. I think the focus is gonna be contract selection, because my series of classes, I think it kind of leads into that at this point. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'll have the time to get it done, but just stay tuned. All right. How do you find the money? I think it's in like your chat, and there's like I don't know how to explain it, but there's like where your emojis are, and you can add things to engage or whatever with the chat. But if you don't see it, don't worry about it. It's all good. I will, fam. All right, that's it. This is Dr. Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. Everybody, y'all have a good night. All right, take care.